it is obligatory on every Muslim, man or woman, to acquire knowledge. And the hadith is sahih. But many people quote hadith. That may not be the only hadith. There are other hadiths also. And do you know the context of this hadith? This hadith in which the Prophet said it is obligatory for every Muslim, man or woman, to acquire knowledge. This obligatory knowledge, which is fard, knowledge is divided into two categories. One is knowledge of deen and one is worldly knowledge. So this knowledge, what the Prophet is talking about, is the knowledge of the deen. In the knowledge of the deen, also it is further divided into two types. The basic knowledge of deen, which talks about how you should offer salah, which speaks about tawheed, which says that you should fast during the month of Ramadan, you should give zakat. Basic knowledge, talking about the basic pillars of Islam. Then there is an intermediate level of knowledge of Islam, where you may get, if you go to an Islamic school or may go to Islamic high school. Then there is a higher level of Islamic knowledge which you can get if you go to an Islamic university, whether you are a graduate or a postgraduate or a PhD. So there are three levels of Islamic knowledge. One is the basic, one is the intermediary, one is the high level, which is for doing research or bachelor's or master's or PhD or a scholar. What here the Prophet is referring to, it is obligatory on every Muslim to acquire knowledge, is talking about the basic knowledge of the deen, the basic farais. What are the major sins? What are the harams? What are the farais? The basic knowledge. You may not be an expert, you may not know to give tafsir of the Quran, but you have the basic knowledge of Islam. So this knowledge is compulsory, which is the duty of the parents to give to the children. And this knowledge normally has to be acquired before you become an adult. Okay, if you didn't acquire, then you can acquire it after you become an adult. But normally, generally, in a Muslim family, which is following the Islamic principles, this knowledge is acquired by the person before he becomes an adult, or when he becomes an adult, or maximum before he crosses his teens. But if he did not acquire, it becomes his duty to acquire it after, whether he's in the 20s or 30s or 40s, there is no limit. But this part, what the Prophet is referring to, is referring to the knowledge of deen, which is compulsory basics. Now getting knowledge of deen to an intermediate level or to a higher level, it is mustahab. It's not fard that everyone should be an Islamic scholar, everyone should be a faqih, everyone should be an expert dai. No. As far as the knowledge of the worldly knowledge is concerned, again the worldly knowledge can be divided into four categories. The knowledge of deen, two, either mustahab or fard. The basic is fard, the intermediate high level is mustahab. For the knowledge of the world, it has four categories. It either comes in the mustahab category. For example, if you are acquiring knowledge in which you are learning science, and by the help of science you are understanding the signs of Allah better, you are understanding the Quran better, so this becomes the mustahab knowledge. So whatever knowledge you acquire in the university, worldly knowledge, whether science, whether it be biology, whether it be zoology, whether it be technology, if it gets you closer to the deen, it becomes mustahab. If this knowledge helps you in earning a halal living, even that becomes mustahab. But if this knowledge does not get you closer to the deen, it does not help you to get a halal earning, you just want to increase your knowledge, then that will come in the mubah category. If that knowledge is wasting your time and no benefit, it may come in makruh category. If that knowledge takes you away from the deen, it comes in the haram category. So the worldly knowledge can be categorized into four categories. Mustahab, if it takes you closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or makes it possible for you to earn a halal living. If it doesn't benefit you for the akhirah or for the dunya, just want to increase knowledge, it will come in the mubah category. Or if it takes you away from the deen, it may come in the makruh or the haram category. So this is the full concept